If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.
Happy Tuesday. What a warm and surprise for all of y'all. It is Shanya Shea Forston, president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, co-founder of Forston Consultants, and it's a Shea takeover, y'all. I kicked Derek to the curb, and I am here live and direct to hang out with you all to talk about the HRA, the ILF, and how we sprinkle a nonprofit on board with that. So good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. So I want to say a big shout out. I see all of the comments coming in already. Yanni, you've got a question. Shoshana, you are here as always. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And Juju, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tonight is going to be what you make it. I'm here to answer all of your questions pertaining to the ILF, the HRA, and the nonprofit space. And if y'all want, I'll sprinkle in a little bit of Digital Flow Solutions and how we utilize those platforms to pursue and get the word out on who we are, what we do. So again, I'm Shea Forston, the wife of Derek, and y'all get me tonight. Y'all get me. Derek did last night, and he gave y'all all he had. That poor pumpkin is resting that voice, because if he keeps going at the rate that y'all are sending him at, he will not be able to talk come tomorrow. So again, I want to thank y'all for you consistently being here, as we are consistently here for you to give you information and insight on the ILF. So again, for those of you that may be new to the platform, I'm Shea Forston, Derek Forston's wife, and I am an owner and operator of an ILF, which is an independent living facility. And here at Forston Consultants, we've gone through all of the bumps and bruises. We've gone through all of the hurdles and the obstacles. We've gone through all of the trial and error so that you don't have to. So tonight, again, I'm an open book. So y'all get the questions going in the chat. We're going to talk about the ILF model, and tonight's topic is no property, no problem, the HRA. So, hey, Shoshana, I know I missed y'all yesterday. I had to get some things done, okay? Yes, Yanni, he's not tired. Actually, Derek has been doing a boot camp. So he's in a boot camp for the rest of this week, and that's been a good way for him to rest vocally and be poured into. We have coaches so that when we coach you all, you are getting not just the best of our information, but we get educated so that we can in turn educate y'all. So we're not the coaches that just, don't get coached. We have coaches. So Derek is in a 3-day boot camp with one of our coaches. And I've been in and out with him, but I've been doing all of the coaching on our side so that he can be educated, so that when he comes back, he is pouring out for y'all as we are prepping for our 3-day boot camp as well here at Forston Consultants. So it's all about getting that information, gathering that knowledge so we can pour back into you all. So let's talk about it, y'all. Let's talk about it. For those of you that don't know what an ILF is, it is an independent living facility where you house people that are independent. They can cook for themselves. They can catch the bus. They can make their doctor's appointments. They can do all that they need to do to self-sustain. All they need is access to affordable housing. So that is what an ILF is. Yes, we may encounter people with mental health disorders. We may encounter people that have disabilities, or have been through tough times, human sex trafficking, domestic violence. All of those things are, those inabilities or those issues, life circumstances come with the populations that we serve. So tonight, I am an open book. I'm going to answer your questions. I don't want to be here just blabbering, right? I don't have that gift like Derek does. I'm more prone to answering questions, but I want to talk to you a little bit before we get started. And then I do see some questions in the chat of how I do this as a nonprofit founder. How do I establish the ILF in a nonprofit structure? A lot of people ask, I'm in the process of creating a course. I told y'all since last week that if you see this picture, I am still recording. I am not back in my office because I am preparing the ILF, the nonprofit Know Before You Go course that will give you insight on how you can to start a nonprofit organization. And it does not have to be for housing. It can be for anyone in general. But let's get back to the topic at hand. How do I house women or house any population as a nonprofit organization? That is my bread and butter. Most people don't know that nonprofits need some form of income, a sustainable income, to help them function and to have infrastructure, right? Most people don't want to give to something that's broke. So they want to see that you have some type of funds that are coming in consistently. And the ILF model for me is the thing that brings in an income that allows donors to see that we are actively doing something that can, again, support itself. And people are more likely to pour into that because it's already self-sustaining and it's already created. It's creating its own income. And it's doing something to impact the community for good. So that's how we started on an ILF, independent living facility, in a nonprofit structure. So I'm going all over the place as we're going and teaching people. We're showing people the benefits of having a nonprofit arm along with your for-profit, that you can kind of do works together. There's times that I will write something, a proposal for Forston Consultants, and they now in turn write me a check, right, for my nonprofit. So those are, and that's tax deductible for Forston Consultants. So there's so many benefits to that. So again, that is how I do this as a nonprofit founder. So again, for y'all that don't know what an ILF is, I want you to go ahead and if you're new here, text the word new to the number scrolling below, the 407-326-0086 number, and get you some get some information and get the free gift. We have a free gift for you. And that's going to help you get on the road to starting your own independent living facility and making a huge dynamic impact in your community. So let's go through the questions, y'all. Bring those questions in. I'm here to answer questions. So put them in the chat. Whatever question you have tonight, I'm going to be a little loose lip. Nothing will be off topic. Let's do it. Come on with it, y'all. So again, hey, Shoshana, I want to say thank you for always being here. Much love to you, sis. And again, thank you for your continued support to the Forston Consultants family. Yanni says, hey everyone, how do we avoid rental scams in Florida for our ILF? Great question. And it's not just the state of Florida. It's a lot of areas that are having this issue, and scammers are becoming so knowledgeable on how to get around the system, and you will not know until you literally put money down somewhere and realize that you've been scammed. So how to avoid it? You've just got to do your due diligence. I tell people all the time, check multiple platforms to see if that listing is listed on those other platforms for the same price, right? And by the same person, because you'll be able to see discrepancies. So if you find it on Zillow, go look on rent.com, look on realtor.com, look on all these different platforms and see if it's consistent, and call from multiple platforms as different people, right? And say, hey, I'm interested in this property, blah, 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 blah. See if the interaction is the same. And ultimately, don't give a dime to nobody. Don't give a dime to nobody until you trust and verify that they are who they are. Go into the county records, right? See who owns the property. I would even vet the person that's renting the property. Ask them questions. If it's in a trust, know information that know that it's in a trust. So that way, if you feel like you're in that scam web, you can kind of redirect and be educated and well informed so that scam does not fall on you. In turn, you can now report it and get them in trouble. So I hope that if that answers your question, Yanni, go ahead and let me know in the chat so that I can, whatever you guys got, or if you have any other follow-ups to that, always trust but verify. Verify, verify, verify. People are doing a lot of wacky things. We've heard a lot of crazy stories, and have even, went with some of our clients to go look at houses and found out that it was a scam. Like we went a couple of years ago with one of the ladies, bless her soul, she passed away, but we went to go look at a house with her to do a walkthrough. And the day we went to, she had a scheduled appointment. We had key access and everything. And when we pulled up to the property, you won't believe the agent was on site and the new renter was moving in that day. So look at how crafty that individual was. That person literally was moving in, and the actual rental company, the property management company, was at the house. So when we pulled up, they were like, how can we help you? And we were like, yeah, you gave us access to this showing today. And she was like, no, it's already rented, and the person's here to come sign their lease and move in. And we were like, whoa. So just be very cautious, be very careful of what's going on in today's society. So verify, vet anything, do your homework on the property. County records is free. You can go in and get a whole bunch of information. Chat GPT, y'all, is another phenomenal platform that you can use to even pull some information, because it's patched into the web, so you can even get information on the homeowner as well. So let's go through the chat. Let's talk about the ILF model, and let's talk about how we can become ILF owners and operators without really having an ILF, and that is called the HRA, the Housing Referral Agency, where you can now be the point person, or that person in the middle that has connections with the providers, those that need housing and those that have houses that need beds filled. You play that pivot in the middle like a seesaw. So it's all up to you to balance the seesaw by connecting the two, right? And when you do that, you can attach a referral fee to that, because that housing provider would have never gotten the resident without your relationship to the case manager, or even just the social service provider that needs housing, right? Needs housing for the residents. So that's the HRA, and it's the fundamentals, guys. I tell anybody and everybody this: when I'm coaching you, I burn it into your brains that the HRA is the first steps to getting your ILF up and running, because you're learning all of the basics. You're learning all of the information that you need to know in order to be a successful housing provider. You're learning the assessment, you're creating all of the relationships, you're getting the phone calls. Now you're hearing from the clients, you're assessing them with, you're getting more more gooder, if that's a word. You're getting better at the assessment. So now you're able to weed through and find the right fit for your house when you become an ILF owner. So the HRA is the fundamentals of the ILF. So don't get that twisted. A lot of people are like, well, I want to be an ILF owner and operator. What happens if you're in a standstill and getting property? Right? And you've already done all of the forefront work. You've connected with case managers, you've connected with social workers, your phone's starting to ring. People are calling because they need housing, they have an income. Are you gonna keep saying, hey, we're gonna open in 30 days, so give me a call back in 30 days? No, it doesn't work like that. You want to be able to give them resources. As an HRA owner and operator, you will be the resource for those that need housing. So the biggest tool in this is relationships, nurturing the relationships on both sides. Housing providers, those case managers, social workers, hospitals, all of that stuff. And then you are the one that bridges the gap between the two, and you can make a good referral fee. Another thing is, you keep the client in your arm's length, right? So Lord forbid that client needs to be sent somewhere else in 60 days because they're just not a good fit to that housing program. That client calls you back up on the phone and says, hey, Miss Magna, I don't like this lady. Like, Katara is mean. I don't like the way she houses. She be taking all our groceries. Like, you find out things from these residents, and they lean back on you for another placement because you're a resource to them. So the HRA is technically the beginning, the foundational pieces of becoming an ILF owner and operator. Okay, guys. So if you have any questions about the HRA, put them in the chat. I want to answer all questions tonight. And I love, love, love. LaShonda, I see your question. Hey, Katara, didn't I just see you, Katara? I had a great meeting with Katara today and her team, going over digital flow solutions and how they can implement things. Now, for y'all that don't know Katara, and I want to take a pig trail for a second. For y'all that don't know Katara, Katara has been around us for many, 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 many years. Katara, and y'all hear Derek boast about Katara on a regular basis, but it's always exciting to me when I meet with Katara because one, she's humble. Two, her heart is for those that she serves, and you see it in the way God has been blowing on her ILF, her business, and how she's been able to encompass family in this whole thing, and it has been phenomenal. So meeting with her and her VA today and her team to go over implementing some new structural components that make it easier by adding software and systems was immaculate. Katara, put in the chat how you enjoyed that meeting, what you were able to take from that, what you're going to be able to add to your ILF because of software and systems now. I want you to share that with people in the chat because I want them to know that when you join Forston Consultants, it is not all about we have a product to give you. No, we are changing the way you do business. We are changing your life. We are giving you the resources and tools that you need to impact your community. We are not here to just sell you. We are here to transform you. The information we have, the bumps and bruises, everything that Derek has been through, and me too, because I've been behind him kicking and screaming sometimes. But ultimately, we go through these things so that you all can transition into business, whether it be the ILF, whether it be your business that you currently run with enough resources to do well and to make a significant change in your life and your family's livelihood. So I just wanted to take that pig trail because Katara's meeting today was amazing. She is doing amazing things. And now she gets to tie everything up in a perfect bow by adding software and systems. She has the virtual assistant. She's got the ILF. She has the HRA down. She's operating multiple ILFs with people chasing her down to get her more houses so that she can fill more beds. So again, love, love, love having those conversations with you all, Katara. All right. So like I said, I'm here to answer y'all questions. LaShonda asked, how do we decide how much to charge for the move-in fee? It is totally up to you. I'm going to be very honest. You've got to be mindful of the population we serve. And for those housing providers that are here, so Katara, I think Magna's here. Let's see who else is in the chat that has houses. Those of you that have houses, put in the chat, how are you deciding your move-in fee? What are the things that you're keeping in? What are the things that you're taking into account when you establish a move-in fee? For me, I'm a nonprofit. So guess what I rely on? I don't have a move-in fee. Because I am a nonprofit organization, I don't add that. I just don't. There are times that organizations will front it or give it to me. There are, like, prime example, I got an email a couple of hours ago today that another grant is coming through from one of our consistent donors now, I would say, and that is First Horizons Bank. So I want to give a huge shout out to them and for all of their support last year to this year. And they're like, hey, checks in the mail. So what we do is we establish what we're going to use those funds for and let them know, hey, this is what we're going to use those funds for. Anybody that has a shortage in rent, or if we need to refresh a room, do all of that, that's what that'll be for. So I can waive those move-in fees. So for me, it's waiving the move-in fee. I want to get it from those that are in the chat. Katara, talk to me in the chat. What is it that, how you and Magna, let me know, how you choose, or if you charge a move-in fee. This may not be everybody's testimony, right? I know people like Dornico Rigel in Dayton, Ohio. He gets a move-in fee on everybody, right? And we've not been, it's hit or miss in second chance housing, because of the income of those that we're providing housing to. So it depends on, for me, it's going to depend on income that the client has, and it's going to just depend on the time of the month that they're coming in, right? That all takes account to if they even have the deposit, or excuse me, the move-in fee, not deposit. There's a difference. And you can't have both, okay? You don't do both. You can only have one or the other. Deposit, that is somewhat refundable. Move-in fee, not refundable. So just keep that in mind, okay? That you don't want to have both, but you're going to have to make a conscious decision on how you're going to do that based on the income as you're seeing it, as you're seeing people's, as you are assessing your residents or potential residents. You find out what their income is. The good thing about software and systems, guys, is your software will allow you to keep notes and keep track of what's the average income. What are you seeing as the average income of these individuals? And if you're like, let's say you assess 20 people in a week, and you realize that out of that 20 people, they are just about able or cutting it close to being able to pay your bed fee. Where are they going to get a move-in fee from? Right? So you have to make the conscious decision on how and when that is applicable to even have that established, or if it's possible, right? So that's my input on that. Let's see. See, Andrea says, sometimes I do. It just happen. It just depends. So what does it depend on, Andrea? Let us know, because I want to make this very interactive. Talk to me in the chat. What does it depend on that makes you make that conscious decision? I want this to be like a mastermind with all family today. I'm going to do things a little different. I want to keep y'all engaged and answer the questions that you have, so that we're, as we do always, giving you the much needed information that you so diligently seek after on a regular basis. So I'm waiting for Andrea to go ahead and send me that information. Let me know what what depends. What does depends mean to you, when, and not the undergarments, but what does it, when you say it depends on, let me know what's the on, what is it that helps you make that decision on if you're going to ask for a move-in fee or not. Katara says, I charge $200 for private pay residents, the equivalent of the bed fee for program assisted residents. So again, Katara may have a niche that income is suitable for the bed fee. They can afford it, so she does it. So again, it just really depends on where you're located, the population you're serving, and their incomes, right? And then that's something that we'll dive in a little bit more, because there's a lot of caveats to that. There's a lot of circumstances. There's a lot of, LaShonda's, we can do this if this, or we can do that if that. And I don't want to put people in a tailspin trying to help, trying to get everybody to understand what that may look like. But that is definitely something that we can discuss on your one-on-one, to go a little in depth and help you to make the right decision on that. Okay. Let me see. Who's this? Magna says, sometimes I do, a very small time, sometimes. None, depends on the situation. Or so I guess it all depends on the situation. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So let's dive in a little bit. I want to talk. So Katara did answer something. Sorry, I asked my question hours ago. It's not a problem, Juju. I can answer your question. If you see Derek, you see me. When you see Derek, you see me, okay? We are one. So don't be sorry. Let me see. What is your question? I'm ready to start the HRA now. I'd like to get a virtual assistant to make the calls, post, and such. What do I need to do so I can get started today? Absolutely. First and foremost, you can, I believe you can text HRA to 407-326. I'm going to test it first. Let me test it first. I don't want you doing something and I done messed up and then Derek will be fighting me. No, I'm just joking. Derek will be beating me up because I did something wrong. Not on the takeover, y'all. On the takeover, I try to be on my best behavior. Okay. and I ain't trying to get in no trouble. HRA. So I'm testing this to see if it works, Juju. If it works, then we got something going on, and I don't think it works. But Juju, go ahead and just text the word. It does. Boom. Nope, it just gives the webinar. Don't do the HRA prompt. Do me a favor. You can still just say, I'm ready, HRA. Text to that number, 407-326-0086, and put, I'm ready, HRA. And I'll go ahead and have the team send you the link to purchase, and you can get started. As soon as you get that link, you make that purchase, what's going to end up happening is you're going to get the agreement, sign it, read through it, sign in it. It's a purchase agreement, sign it. Your course automatically goes to your email. So check your email once you sign it. You get immediate access into the course. Then you'll see other things happening, like you can get an upgrade to the private ILF, IMB Family Talk, where we meet every third Wednesday of the month, and we have deep conversations. When I say deep, we go hours long talking about all things ILF, HRA, and a whole bunch of other stuff. We talk about our experience in the ILF. You get to see all of the information that's in this community. This community has been going since 2023, and you can scroll all the way back to, I think it's like April of 2023, and there's all this content, other meetings, links to other, live sessions and Zoom replays and stuff like that we've done in the past, and that's an upgrade for $47 a month. So go ahead and text that, Juju. If you are here, I don't see that you've done it, but let me know, and we'll go ahead and get you all set up tonight, and then you're part of the HRA family, and we say welcome, my friend. Welcome, 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 welcome. So for those of you that don't know what the HRA is, again, it's equivalent to the framework of the ILF, right? It is the foundational aspects. It's how you're going to get your phone ringing. It's how you're going to connect with the case managers and social workers. It's how you're going to start connecting with the housing providers as well, so that you can be a referral agent, sending them residents, right? That you will be a resource to the housing providers that are having a tough time filling their beds. You've now made connections. They need the beds filled. Boom, you make it happen by standing in the middle and bridging the gap, making up the hedge, right? Let's talk about it. That is what the HRA is, truly fundamentals. Let me see. Yanni said they are all over the place. Could we use an escrow company to secure the money? Go a little deeper with that question, Yanni, because child, I've been over here running my mouth. I don't even know. Are we still, you talking about the rentals, the scams? Honestly, they're not. That's why I say you're just going to really have to vet and vet hard. You're not going to be, I mean, you can see, I don't know if people are doing it. Some people may use an escrow company and say, hey, I'm trying to do business with these people. I want to make sure they legit, but then it's still, what does that look like? And what are they going to cost? What are they going to charge you to do that? So just be mindful in that. Juju, if I answered your question, please let me know in the chat. The virtual assistant, and I see you asked another question about this. You asked about the virtual assistant. The virtual assistant, what ends up happening is, because I know that this is what you're wanting, I will notate your file once everything comes in, and Jess will contact you. And remember, we own the virtual assistant staffing agency, so I have virtual assistants right now that are pending. Like we keep a crew of virtual assistants that are waiting for jobs. So we're always hiring. We're always doing our due diligence to make sure we have a pool of qualified candidates that are educated, that know, the HRA. The first meeting after they are hired on to VA 101 or accepted into VA 101 or enforcing consultants is training with Jess. Jess gives them training on the HRA itself, but they still need to know your process, your program, how you want to run things. And then again, I let Jess know because you've told me, and then Jess will schedule you to have an interview. You get to choose from 2 to 3 virtual assistants. We do not pick that virtual assistant for you. We let you meet them, kind of get to know who they are, share your vision, hear how they can help implement your vision. And then, boom, you select one of those virtual assistants, and within a couple of days, you can have them working. So the process is very quick, very easy. So just let us know once you make that payment, Juju, we got you. Let's go down. I'm just looking at questions, guys. So again, I'm here to give you all a whole bunch of information. Can I still get a VA from y'all that are already familiar? Yes, absolutely. Without me buying it myself. What? I don't understand. So the VA is a part of the DIY program. So Juju, just so you know, the virtual assistant is a part of, remember, in the HRA, excuse me, the DIY, I'm saying HRA. It's the DIY, Juju. That's the whole program. You get the HRA, you get the ILF Mastery Blueprint information. So it's not HRA. My bad, y'all. The HRA is a part of the DIY. So you're not just getting the HRA business in a box. You're getting the HRA business in a box and all of the ILF Mastery Blueprint education as well. Okay, for the same price. So we're not saying, hey, we're just going to give you this information. You're going to get everything in the DIY. And yes, in the DIY, it comes with your website. The only thing you're responsible for is the hosting fee, which is $37. And hosting fees, guys, is just for you to have space on the internet. That's like your rent for your website, right? The other thing that you'll be responsible for is your phone wallet, for making your phone calls and stuff like that. I tell everybody when you meet with me, because Juju, you will meet with me, I'll run down what those numbers look like. Most people keep $10 in their wallet and they're A-OK for like a month and some change with when they're making phone calls. Other people, they get fancy. They may put $100 in their phone wallet. That covers all of their phones, the text messaging, phone calls, and all of that stuff, right? The AI voice agent and all of that. And they may be like, I don't have to pay nothing, or it doesn't reboot for 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, don't matter. So we'll talk about that when we do your digital flow solutions onboarding. And that's the conversation that we'll have. And I'll even show you statistics. I'll show you numbers. You'll get to see my numbers. What does my phone wallet cost? And you'll see, I'll show you Forston Consultants so you can see the vast difference in the two. So the DIY is what you're looking for. Oh, okay. Magna, I'm going to send you a link. Make sure Hervins has it. Make sure all of the kids have the link so that you all are in the group, okay? I'll send it to you in a little bit, or I'll have Jess send it to you in the morning. Definitely, because you want to be in that Telegram group. Guys, the Telegram group that we have that is with our ILF Mastery Blueprint is called Family Talk. It is phenomenal. Today it has been going it's been busy. Because everybody's welcoming the new members and they're having discussions. You can ask questions in there, and it may not just be me, Derek, or our team answering, but you got other ILF owners and operators that are pouring into you and giving you information, answer your question. They're giving you their learned experiences. So you're not just getting the coaching from us, you're getting sound advice and insight from other ILF owners and operators. So that is the benefit for all those that are in the DIY that choose to upgrade. Not only you don't get one-on-one coaching, but when you join that IMB Family Talk group, you pretty much get not one-on-one coaching, but group coaching. If you have a question, we technically will respond in whether it's a video, audio note, however, whatever the question is, we go in and we answer it and expound on that, myself or Derek, or both of us. You may get a tag team, right? You might get a duo. Yes, you can still get the VA. Yeah, we still do it, Juju. I might be going back over. All right, so I don't like or want something added to my website. Can I do it myself? Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. You have full access to do whatever. Child, if you want to throw the whole website in the trash and start all over again, be my guest. The good thing about Digital Flow Solutions is that the platform is, once you get access to it, feel free, have fun. If you need any assistance with making those changes, like you just want to, hey, Shay, can you help me walk through, or have a team member show me, I'm having trouble, I did this and I want to learn how to do this, we can jump on a call and help you fix it. Okay. Oh, Derek's in the chat. Hey, Derek. Everybody say hey to Derek in the chat. Derek is in the chat. All right. So I'm going through this. I want to go back to Katara, because I did talk to you all earlier about my meeting with Katara, and I want to kind of explain, I want you to hear some of the things that she was able to gather from Digital Flow Solutions and how she's going to encompass it in her ILF that's operational, that's functional. And the reason why I'm kind of taking these pig trails is because I want you to see the value. I want you to experience or imagine yourself as an ILF owner and operator, right? That does not have to go through trying to figure these things out on your own, right? You have a team, you have a bunch of resources behind you that can help you really create the inner workings, the inner frameworks of your ILF. So I want you all to see that value, okay? So that's why I want to go back, and I know I'm kind of all over the place, but I'm excited. There's so much coming up for Forston Consultants. And tonight I just came in, I took over Derek's spot, told him go sit down somewhere and let me run this, as I can give y'all some great information on, again, all things HRA and any questions that you may have. So Katara, I met with Katara today and her team. And like I said earlier, we talked about how she can pretty much utilize Digital Flow Solutions to do so many different things. And we didn't only just talk about it, we walked through it. We did a Zoom meeting, her VA. I share my screen very little during these meetings because I want you all to feel the functionality of the site. I want you all to kind of get comfortable with how it works. So that way, when I'm not there or my team is not there, you're not afraid that you're going to break it. You will not break the platform, y'all. You good. Don't worry about it. And if you break it, we can fix it. Okay. So today, Qatar said we're excited having all the contacts in one place. So this is some of the stuff that she realized that she'll be able to do now with Digital Flow Solutions, is being able to have all of her contacts in one place. And by all of her contacts, that's case managers, social workers, people that she's HRA into, all of her housing providers, her residents, and anybody that she wants in the system that she can target with information, that she can communicate with, whether it be through email, text messages, social media, all of that. They can go right in this system and she can now communicate, like she said, at the touch of a button. Will save us so much time. So again, not only is DFS making things efficient, it's also saving time. That's time that can be spent with her virtual assistant doing more assessments. That's time spent for her virtual assistant creating more social posts. That's time spent for Katara to go out and make more connections in the community instead of having to worry solely and focus on the administrative task, right? So now you can do a whole bunch of different things. She says, and the payment the payment on online payment system and being able to send invoices. And don't forget about collecting payments automatically, right? Gone are the days of the ILF owner and operator going to the house to go in and shake and bake and grab payments on the first or the third. Gone are the days. You get their information, put it in the system, and it automatically withdraws while you're sleeping. So you can wake up and look at your phone and be like, look what the Lord has done. Everybody paid rent today, right? So now you're not having to run and chase down people or having to connect with people to get their payment. You can literally do it from this platform on their intake by getting their information, inputting it in the system, setting up the payment, and boom, you're golden. The AI agent. So y'all heard us do calls about the AI agent. I'll do that again, possibly not next week, but the week after. We'll do some AI agent phone calls because I want people to see that people, when they hear AI Katara, they're thinking that robotic sound and just no. The AI phone agent is an intricate part in what we do. So let's say the virtual assistant, let's say Katara's virtual assistant Gab is on a phone call and if somebody misses, if you miss a call, the opportunity to help somebody decreases, right? So let's say your virtual assistant's on the call, the phone AI agent picks up. The phone AI agent interacts with that person. They gather information. They do a soft assessment. By the time they're finished that soft assessment, your VA's off the phone. Now your VA can go back and have that same conversation with that person. And now, see if it's a good fit. Can they come and stay at one of Katara's houses? Or do we now HRA? Do I send them to Harry? Do I send them to this person? Do I send it to anybody in the chat? Do I send it to Yanni? Do I send that resident to LaShonda? Do they fit y'all criteria? Do I send that person to Tia? So now we did not miss the lead, right? Because the virtual assistant was busy. Nobody else was able to catch that call, but guess what? The AI phone agent did. And guess what the AI phone agent did? Gathered all the information, stored all the information in your digital flow solution system. It recorded the phone call. So now you can hear what that person sounded like on the phone. Are they stable? Do they sound good? Are they sound in mind? And now you can be like, oh, let me call this person back. And let's either move them in, give them resources or whatever. You don't miss a lead. With having the AI phone agent, you are not missing leads, even when you're off. If your hours of operations are after hours, you get a phone call. In this business, guys, people don't care about time, day of the week, your off hours, holidays. When they are in crisis, they are in full blown crisis. And when they want to speak to somebody, they want to speak to somebody. And let me tell you what I love about the AI phone agent. The AI phone agent will talk to them just like a real person, will hold a conversation just like a real person, will be compassionate with that individual just like a real person, right? And that's the benefit of this. You never lose leads. Your best ability is your availability. And now with the AI phone agent, you have that availability even when you are sleeping. So it's a no-brainer, as Derek would say, right? You now have somebody that is working for you 24/7, 24/7, every day, every night. It don't matter. Holidays, vacation, you're on vacation, you can just grab your tablet and say, let me see what calls the AI phone agent done answered. Oh, let me read the transcript. Oh, let me forward that to my team member. But guess what? You don't even have to do that, because you can set up in Digital Flow Solutions that every time the AI phone agent makes a call, that everybody on your team is notified if it receives a call. Everybody on your team can be notified. So now Katara don't have to be like, hey, Gab, make sure you follow up. Hey, Gab, make sure you do this. That lead never gets cold because you have things in place to nurture the lead. So I'm excited. Katara says she excited. I think I'm more excited than anybody when it comes to Digital Flow Solutions. And it's a blessing. I'm telling you, it is a blessing to be able to see how it changes the infrastructure of people's businesses by, again, helping them nurture leads. Yeah. So if y'all have questions, again, let's get them in the chat. Can I still get a V? I already answered that. I already answered Anointed Ones, which is Andrea. Hey, Sandra. Derek, I did the assessment today. Oh, somebody did an assessment. LaShonda, talk about the assessment. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. How did your assessment go? Talk to me about your were you nervous? How do you feel the outcome was on your first assessment? Put it in the chat. I know everybody wants to know, because I do. I want to hear all about it. I want to hear all about it. So I'm going to give y'all a little bit, because like I said, I'm all over the place, but I want to keep it narrowed in on the ILF model, the HRA. So LaShonda said she did an assessment. An assessment is what we do to make sure that we're gathering the necessary information on the potential resident, so that we, and Derek says it so well, it's kind of selfish, but it's not, right? So that we can make the best decision on if that person is a good fit for our housing program or if they need to be referred elsewhere, right? So an assessment is going to give you enough information on that individual through conversation, a bunch of questions, and you can now make a conscious decision on if this person's going to be a good fit in your housing program, or would they be a better fit at Katara's housing program? Would they fit better at Andrea's housing program? What about Shoshana? Like, they may fit better with Shoshana's group. So those are the things you want to do when assessing. And again, Forston Consultants, that's what we're here to do. Okay, we teach y'all how to walk through that assessment. We talk about it in the DIY. You get an actual role play where Derek and his my brother in love that is now no longer with us but is in heaven, they did role plays and they show you what that interaction is like. It may not be nice, it may be a rough assessment, right? But you get to get that experience by hearing them do that. So that's in the DIY, that's in your IMB. So let's see. LaShonda, she said it went very well. I was nervous at first, but the guy was very talkative. She said, my background is recruitment, so I used the form in the portal, just had a candid conversation using those questions. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, y'all, I'm going to stop right here for a second. This is so powerful because a lot of times you hear us talk about our assessments, what we do, how we make a decision. When you hear someone else say that she was nervous, but she was able to get through it, the person was talkative. So, LaShonda, tell me this. How much did that person divulge to you in that conversation? Because what you don't realize is during the assessment, if you make that potential resident comfortable, you can get all of the information you need. I'm talking about all of the information you need. If they just got out of jail last night, they are going to tell you, right? If they ran away from home 6 weeks ago, they are going to tell you. And that's the whole purpose of that assessment and being able to have that framework that we provide, right? So I'm excited. So tell me, LaShonda, what was the outcome of the assessment? She said, he told me about a time he got in trouble in 1970. Honesty. See what people ain't going to tell you the truth. Okay, LaShonda, tell them how easy it was to get the truth. These are the skill sets you need to be an effective HRA, housing referral agent, and an effective ILF owner and operator, because you're now having communication, you're having conversation with those that need your housing, and you're getting the information to help you make the right decision. So I'm excited for you. That is so good. Listen. So LaShonda, are you going to HRA this individual? Are you going to be able to, I don't know. You're still looking for a house, I believe. So what is going to be the outcome? And then I'm going to tell you what it should be. Because let me check. I'm going to check my little trusty phone and make sure that you're in all of the groups you need to be in. Because if you need to HRA this person, you're in the HRA community. What you say? Yeah, the HRA community, a free community under Forston Consultants that allows you, under our coaching, to connect with people that have houses. LaShonda, listen. She said, he was very honest. I didn't make it seem like an interview, just a conversation. He wants to move in next weekend. I'll be able to house him. LaShonda, y'all give LaShonda a big man. Y'all blow LaShonda up in this chat, please. I need y'all to give LaShonda some love. So she will be moving someone in next week. LaShonda, how long oh my God, where's my husband? Y'all, if Derek was to hear this right now, he would lose a gasket. LaShonda, talk to me. I'm gonna pick on you for a second, sis. When did you purchase your coaching? When did you start coaching? Because I know, some fancy stuff happened. This is phenomenal. LaShonda will have her first move in next week. Listen, guys, we're not selling a product. We are selling transformation. If you put your hands to the plow, you can do all things through Christ, which strengthens you. And you can lose that spirit of fear and walk in power and authority. LaShonda is going to get a residence in 1 week. Did an assessment, did amazing, and now we have a move-in. Tell me that, don't tell me this don't work. I don't care where you're at, where you're located. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Listen, Shoshana said, in my Shoshana always gives me a good giggle. She says, in my Martin Lawrence voice, woo, woo, woo. That's what I'm talking about. In my Martin Lawrence voice. Woo, woo, woo. That's what I'm talking about. Congratulations. She said, wow. She said, I purchased the DIY on the 18th, but upgraded. So we're talking about the 18th. I think you've had one-on-one with Derek. He's in courses all week. So for anybody that's trying to contact him, send him a text. For those of you that are in personal coaching, and if he does not get back to you all, what I'll do is just make sure, LaShonda, I'll make sure you get my number as well so that you can contact me, because you may not have, I don't think Jess may have given you my number, so that if anybody that's one-on-one IMB, that, you know, while he's in his training, that he doesn't miss any of your communication, you can send it to me. So I'll make sure that Jess gets you my number. Okay. So that way, if at any time you need anything, just you can shoot me a text as well. But this is good information, guys. This is so good. Yeah. Less than a month. Less than a month. And this is, can I be honest? And I want to talk about LaShonda, because I actually saw some of the messages that came through later this evening. LaShonda's a go-getter. LaShonda moves at the speed of instruction and moves at the speed of revelation. She's not sitting on her hands. She's not waiting for anybody. LaShonda's still waiting for her website to be completed. LaShonda's waiting for things to be in motion. She did not let any of that be an obstacle to her. She still went out there and did what needed to be done to get the yes and to get the residents. So again, LaShonda, I am so proud of you. Super proud of you. Super, super, super proud of you. So again, family, put your questions in the chat. Listen, I'm so excited. You just made my whole day. That was good. That was good to me. That was good to me. So good. Hold on. I'm actually looking because I want to talk about the ILF Mastery Blueprint. And let's see. So this is Derek's story. So again, I want to talk about the ILF model, right? And this is what LaShonda will be doing. She's taking people from homeless to hopeful. And she's using the skill set, not the skill set. She's using the information, the transformative information that has been bestowed to her through obedience to go out and make an impact. Y'all hear Derek's story all the time about the lady that literally, y'all, when I say literally, showed this man her pay, what she was making in housing people in bad conditions. Derek came home to me on a Saturday. He went out, he left. He said, I'll be right back. I want to go look at something. I need to do some research for myself. He left the house, y'all, came back and came home defeated. I have never, and this is a wife talking about her husband, so hear my heart. When your husband walks out the door, happy-go-lucky, y'all see Derek. He's always lively and loud, and he's always loud and boisterous. But when he comes back in the house and looks like somebody just socked him in the chest, you know it's a problem. When he told me about this lady that he spoke so highly of on every other occasion that we talked, and he left that woman's house seeing how she was housing those people, and the effect that it had on him for that young lady that he calls Kim, that's not her real name, but that young lady that he calls Kim, that he sent to one of her houses just a few, I don't even know if it was a week. And she was all bit up and ate up and sleeping on the floor and rats and roaches and all of this stuff. When I saw that posture, I knew that there was something that he was positioned to do. And I was so grateful to be able to support him in that. So know that when you get into this, make sure your heart is pure. Make sure you're doing this with the right intentions, because it's going to be a day that roaches come. It's going to be a day that you may see some other critters. But what are you going to do about it? We're in this to really transform the lives of those we serve. You don't understand and will never understand what they've been through until they take that first step through the threshold of your ILF. Or if you're an HRA, through the doors of an ILF that you've sent that person to. You don't know what that impact is until you've seen that first encounter, that face that lights up, that person that breaks down crying because you've now found them somewhere that's clean, that's affordable, that's safe, and that you do it with a heart that's pure, right? And from the love of your heart to do so. So let's talk about the ILF model. Again, it is for individuals that can live, thrive, be successful on their own, and do well. It's a shared living environment. We talk about this all the time. We have different setups: shared, private suites, shared suites. You heard me talk about that. That's my new way of saying a shared. My masters are always a shared suite. There's an ensuite. Those two women have their own bathroom, right? So again, you want to do this with dignity. You want to make sure that you're doing it with the right heart. Anybody that's in this just for the money, although money, finances can be a factor. We're not asking you to do this and not make a dime, but don't let that be the one thing that you're striving for. Go in this with a heart that says, God, I'm willing to serve your people. God, I'm willing to do what you've called me to do in this season. God, I'm ready to do unto the least of these as though I'm doing unto you. And this is what we get to do. This is not just an opportunity to, expand real estate, although it is, although we do, right? We get to put an extra feather in our cap in real estate, but ultimately what we're doing is we're bringing people up. We're allowing people to come up higher. We're giving people that need just that encounter of somebody to say, hey, I see you. So just be mindful that the ILF model, guys, is not just a housing model. It's it's the opportunity to really transform and save lives like you've never experienced it before. There's so many stories that I can share with you all from broken women that have been through human sex trafficking for many years, that never are able to mentally break free of the chains of bondage. But you can show them the love of Christ by giving them somewhere safe to reside, by showing them that they're loved, showing them or having them housed in situations like this. They don't feel loved. That makes them feel like where they were already, on the streets. Although they won't get rained on per se. So just be mindful. The ILF model is definitely an opportunity to do something so phenomenal in your community and really make changes and impact lives that you serve. So again, the models that we have in the ILF is the shared room. That's 2 people per room. You have the shared suite, which can be 2 people per room, which is 2 people per room, and it has an ensuite bathroom. In my ILF, the Angela Denise Foundation, I've converted a home that was a 4-3 into a 5-3. And in that, I have all 4 models. I have the shared accommodation, where there's 2 per room. They share all of the common areas, including the bathroom. I have the private room that does not have a restroom. They share all of the restroom space, the other restrooms, the public bathroom space. I have a private suite that has an ensuite restroom. I have the shared suite, okay, which is again that master with the ensuite bathroom. And all of these models, these types, they're priced differently, right? So think of it that, be mindful of that. They're priced differently. My shared space starts at $680. My private with ensuite can go up to $980, and up, depending on the location of where they're at. So any questions about the ILF model? Again, we're not providing transportation. We're not feeding individuals. Now I'm going to be very honest. Derek will be honest at the same. We may cater. I'm a nonprofit, so guess what? I have restaurant partners that I can call and say, hey, I want to do something for the houses in Orlando. I need to feed 80 people. Can y'all cater? They may say, sure, absolutely. But that's not me feeding them, right? I'm not cooking their meals. I'm not doing any of that. They're doing it they're feeding themselves. For the most part, you'll see, whenever I go live or if Derek goes live at the houses, you're seeing our residents cooking for one another. You're seeing them breaking bread. You're seeing them, going to their appointments and doing all of that stuff on their own without the need of us to do so. Okay. So again, the ILF model is a private dwelling, single family home. Um, we make sure that it looks good. We want to make sure that it has to be good for us to live there, guys. Right? We're not going to put our residents in anything that we won't live in. So that's what we're not going to do. The upkeep, I saw your question, Yanni asked, what about cleaning supplies for the home? We supply it. We supply it. We supply the cleaning supplies. So that way they don't have to go into their already limited budget, right? And then you wondering why the dishes in the sink, because ain't nobody, well, Tony used the last bit of my dish detergent and I ain't gonna buy no more because every time I buy dish detergent, Tony used all the dish detergent and expect me to go back to the Dollar Tree and buy some more dish detergent. Let's get rid of all of the excuses of why. And in order to keep and maintain the cleanliness of the house, let's provide the cleaning supplies. I like for it to come in and smell like Fabuloso. I like to walk in and smell some Glade plug-ins all over the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we do. We do provide the cleaning supplies for our houses, and that makes the expectation more attainable, right? Think about that. If I can ask you to do something, but you don't have the financial provision to do it, will it get done? Mm-mm. So in this, we say eliminate some of the things. Eliminate some of the things that are hurdles in the residence, and that's going to be one, right? For me, I keep a stash of detergent at my house just in case. Let's say somebody comes brand new to the home, they need to wash their linens, I mean their laundry, and they don't have access to any of those things. I make sure that there's a stash in one of my locked closets, and I can unlock them from anywhere, right here on my phone. And I say, hey, such and such, can you get some pods and give it to such and such? I'm watching you because I got the camera, so don't take no more than you need, right? And they'll go get the pods for them. That person, they show them how to use the washing machine and dryer, and boom, magical. Because what you don't want is stink clothes in your house. Stink clothes bring smells and odors in the house. So we're gonna have a stash of laundry detergent, right? And that's not something we normally do, but when I get grants and other types of funding, I do splurge. Last year, I was blessed with a very significant grant, and I put that grant down for a food pantry, for a housing food. Some of it will go to provide food for the houses, and we did that. I went to Restaurant Depot with Derek. I lugged Derek with me, and we went shopping. And we got them leg quarters, and we got them cases of fish and French fries and all this stuff. I got a whole bunch of cleaning supplies in bulk and laundry detergent and all of this stuff. And I said, all right, now, this is to last y'all 6 months. And then we were able to replenish in another 6 months. And that was a part of that grant. So when things come in for the Angela Denise Foundation, we do provide them with that access so that they get a little bit of financial relief, right? That's like my stimulus package back to my residents. So think of things that you can do when times are great financially in your life or even in your business, that you can just pour back into your residents and let them know that they're appreciated and that they're loved. Because that's honestly, that makes you so much different as the ILF owner and operator than that regular Joe Schmo that's just renting rooms. You're going to get more you're going to get more of a connection with your resident by just doing residents with doing little things. Very, I mean, they don't, our residents don't need or ask for much. And when you can give into them a pizza party, it can be whatever pizza place in your area, or the pizza sent to the house. Everybody's been good. Everybody's that moved in are getting along fine. Everybody's doing well. Let's pour back into them. Pizza party on me. Y'all didn't call. Y'all didn't bother me all week. Nobody tried to poke nobody's eyes out. Nobody was taking nobody else's sausages out of the freezer or whatever. Let's bless them. Let's make them help. Let's give them something to celebrate. Let's celebrate them. Yeah, and that, Yanni, you're right. It does. It helps them a lot. Those are things that people don't realize. Like, we budget for them. The person that has an income, that's a part of our regular grocery list. But what happens when is not covered by a food stamp card? What happens when these items are not covered by those things? What can we do to offset some of that? Especially when their rent is going to be the bulk of what they pay, the bulk of their finances. And they may miss it in some areas financially. So that's what we do. We definitely provide cleaning supplies and a little extra when we can. All right, Lisa, she said, what are the steps I need to do to get my website ready by June? I bought the ILF in March. Do I have to get an LLC or can I wait? That is step number one. LLC is going to be an entity, is step number one. Because if you haven't seen, I've been walking around here peacocking because I'm getting checks in the mail by organizations that I'm working with. And they are not going to write a check to Lisa. I promise you they won't. Okay. And most organizations don't want you to just come and say, hey, I'm Lisa. I have an ILF, but I'm Lisa. No, 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 no. Separate the two. We got to separate the two. You want to be seen as a business, especially when you're going into these organizations. They want to see that you have an entity. You've got some type of a corporate shield. You can't get your insurances without you can't get your liability insurance. You can't get none of those things established. Like, I can't even get you a phone line through Digital Flow Solutions without an LLC and an EIN. Can't do it. Sorry, just can't. Because there's a lot of things that we do and it's for the business. So like the CRM is for a business. So you've got to have things in compliance for us in order for us to get those things operational and functioning for your business. So yeah, first things first is going to be that entity. People do not, that was the problem with old girl, $41 a month. There was no expectations on her. She was doing something, everybody needed it, so they went for it, they ran for it, and it blew up in everybody's face. It was a mess. And when somebody came in doing it the right way and creating newfound expectations for the residents and how they should be housed, she's no longer housing people, right? And now organizations, hospitals, case managers, social service providers, if you don't have an entity, a nonprofit, for-profit, you can forget about it. It's going to be no, don't pass, go. So you want to make sure you do separate yourself, because you don't want anybody paying Lisa. You want them to pay Lisa, the Lisa Foundation, right? Lisa Incorporated, Lisa, whatever. And it's not housing. No, 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 no. As Derek says all the time, don't you put housing in there because you won't be fundable. Banks, that's a high risk entity. Real estate is a high risk niche. And we want you to be able to, again, once you get to that point, receive funds, be able to kind of float some of your business matters with business credit. So don't, make sure you have a business. Technically, what y'all don't know and we do this when we talk about this stuff on the radio every Friday at 12 noon, at 12 Eastern, 12 noon Eastern, here on WOKB. and you can find it on Facebook. Also, they cross stream it to Derek's Facebook as well as, their personal Facebook. But we talk about what people don't realize is you turn yourself into a business once you've made more than $500, $499.99. Past anything past $499.99, I believe that's the right. Yeah, I think it's $499.99. You took your hobby and turned it into a business. So taxability on you is going to be that of a business. So you want to make sure that you're structured appropriately so you can reap the benefits of those tax exemptions when it comes to it. Okay, so definitely have a business set up. Let's go. LaShonda said I've been seeing flyers for some ILFs that says case management support. What is that, and do you offer that service? I don't offer the service, and no. But prime example today, I have a resident that is attached to case management through a hospital. That hospital pays me to house the resident for me, the client for them. That case manager, prime example today, she needed access to the house. I gave her a private code. You go render services. I don't render services. You do. Have at it. Have fun. Once you leave, your code expires. Thank you. I hope your resident is doing. I pray that all went well in your client's interaction. But some people, when they start saying they say that they offer clients case management support, it's just relationships. Nobody that runs that house is double dipping, and if they are, I hope they don't get caught, because now they're turning that housing program into like a licensed home. But when you have people coming from the outside in, other corporations, other entities that are rendering those services, you are not held liable for anything that goes wrong. That is on their that's that business's business, right? If that makes sense, let me know. But most people, like for me, I have case managers that render services. I have Derek knows a lot of students that were going through their to be able to do like courses into psychiatry and all of that stuff. He knows a lot of those people, and they want to render services in our ILFs. No problem. As long as you have an entity, you carry your own insurance. Hey, that's your business. I house. That's it. So you can have all other partnerships, and they can again provide services. There's a case manager that I work with from Aspire. Anytime I get a resident that fit the criteria for her program, I give her a call. Hey, blah blah blah. This client just got a new client. This is what they're dealing with. Can you come by and do an assessment? Absolutely, Shay. No problem. Fine. If they fit her program criteria, they're now on her caseload. If they don't, they're not. I can call around to other providers and find out the same, and see what they do as well. So yes, that's the way I would address that, LaShonda. So hopefully that helped. Let me know in the chat if that helps. And again, if you're new here and you want more info on the ILF model, I know I'm jumping all over the place, but go ahead and text the phrase more info, MOREINFO, to 407-326-0086. You can get you're going to get our webinar, which is chronological. It's going to tell you the whole shebang about the ILF model. Tonight, I took over. My husband's usually here, but I'm partying with y'all, and it seems like if I'm doing a good job, let me know, guys. Let me know. I don't usually fly solo. This is not my kind of, I'm more of a singer, not a talker. So let me know how I'm doing in the chat. If I'm answering your questions, just give me a thumbs up, throw a heart, do something, send a like, something. Let me know how I'm doing and if I'm answering your questions, and if Derek should be proud of me or he should just fire me. I'm just joking, y'all. But definitely give me some love in the chat. Let me know how I am doing. All right. So James said, I recently upgraded and already have LLC website and phone number. How do I get moving with my VA to start canvassing for clients? Call Jess in the morning. Let her know you are ready, and she will schedule you for a VA interview. Just that easy. Just that easy, James. So give Jess a call in the morning. Let her know and she'll go ahead and start getting all of that information set up for you. So by the time you have your meeting with Derek, you and your VA can meet with Derek. Because when you all are ILF Mastery Blueprint Mastery Blueprint family members, when you come on board, Derek don't ever want to just meet with you. Bring your virtual assistant, because as he's pouring into you, he's going to be pouring into that VA. He may give your VA instruction to do certain things that you may have never thought of having them do, right? Or the VA may have had the understanding, but just didn't think, oh, I can do that. That's okay. Perfect. So again, you want your virtual assistant to be on all of those meetings. Those of you that are ILF Mastery Blueprint family that have virtual assistants, make sure you are not meeting with Derek alone. Have your virtual assistant with you on the calls. It is imperative, because now you can be sitting back chilling, soaking in the information, because you're going to get it recorded. You're going to get a transcript. You're going to get all that fancy stuff that we send y'all post meeting that you can always go back to and keep, reading and watching and listening. And then your virtual assistant will have that same information as well. And what I love about the platform that we use, the tool that we use, is if we need to give to-dos in that meeting, it will configure them in the printout. Well, not the printout, in the transcript, and you can go through those tasks. So that way you're not like, oh my goodness, I know Derek told me to do something, I gotta watch through this whole video to figure it out. No, it'll literally itemize it right there in the transcript for you. Okay. So yes, James, go ahead and call Jess in the morning. At Forston Consultants, call her, let her know that you want to move forward with a virtual assistant, and you would like to get that done before you meet with Derek. And that way, when she gets that in line, your virtual assistant will be with you and Derek on that first call, to get you up and running and floating on all cylinders. Okay. Let me know if I'm answering your questions correctly. And guys, I have to take a break, y'all. We gotta take a break. So here's David and Dennis. Let's go for it, y'all.
Dennis, when's the next time you guys are having some kind of event where you're going to be talking more about independent living facilities? I know I'm a little bit of a knucklehead and I don't always catch you guys when you go live, because I think you guys got something on YouTube on Mondays and Tuesdays and Saturdays, right? But when is the next time that you guys are going to have some kind of other kind of event? David, the next best time that's going to happen, believe it or not, Derek for the first time is going to do a 3-day challenge. That's going to be May 20th, 21st, and 22nd, where Derek is going to do 3 intensive days of hardcore training. How do you start, scale, and grow your independent living facility? The challenge is by day 3 that you leave with the confidence, the tools, and the know-how to start your own independent living facility. How does that sound to you? Man, that sounds great. It also sounds like what Derek says all the time. That sounds like a cheat code to getting started. So I'm actually going to go to that website now. I'm going to check it out. I know I gave you my word last time that I was coming to that conference and I didn't make it. But you can assure I would not miss this 3-day challenge. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that. David, you're such a knucklehead, and I know you're going to forget anyway. Make sure to join us every Monday and Tuesday on our YouTube channel at 7 p.m. Eastern, but also every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern, right on our YouTube channel at Forston Consultants. That way you can get a lot of learning and the know-how until the event. Because you, David, I know you, bro. You're going to forget. So don't forget, every Monday and Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you there.
What you say? So it looks like Derek's getting some stuff going for y'all. Excited about that. That amazing transformative event that we'll be hosting. It is a virtual event, and we will be pouring nonstop with a lot of information to get you guys operating on all cylinders as ILF owners and operators. Okay. Man, it is going to be exciting. As soon as I think the team's almost finished with the website, so y'all will be able to purchase by Saturday. That is the goal. Derek's one of those people, when he has an idea, he is like no holds bar. It's like, get it done. I give you 7 days to get it done, and let's go. So how do you sign up for the challenge? So you can text the word challenge to 407-326-0086. Know that this is, oh, is that who I think it is? Text the word challenge to the number 407-326-0086 and go ahead. Do us a favor. That is not an automation. We're just gathering people that are interested so that once the site or the platform is up, we'll text it to you and say, hey, here's how you can sign up for the event and blah, 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 blah. Right now, we are just gathering everything together, getting it all up and running. So that way we can get it to you all in perfect fashion. Okay. But the team is working diligently in getting that website up so that you all can have access to purchase your seat at the table for this amazing epic event. So any other questions, family? Let's go, let's go, let's go. Oh, let me share some news. So I talked about it earlier today, and this is something that you all have been asking for, and that is the Know Before You Go nonprofit course. I am in the process of recording that course. The next 2 days for me are all recording days. So I will not, they pretty much smashed my schedule all the last 2 weeks so that I can get to this week and finalize all of the recording. That course is going to be epic. ILF Mastery Blueprint members, it automatically comes to you. So I may pass the collection plate, okay, because it is for the nonprofit. So, Derek don't pass a collection plate, but I may ask for a little small donation for the Angela Denise Foundation if you guys get value from the course. But that course is going to be structured to help you make the right decisions and have the know-how. To know before you take that step to becoming, or even if you're curious about becoming a nonprofit founder, what does that entail? What should you know? What things do you need to be aware of or cognizant of before you make that leap? There's a lot of intricate pieces and parts that a lot of people, I did not know. I didn't know before I chose to. I just was excited and said, heck, let's go for a nonprofit. Grants, tax deductions, let's do it, right? And did I not, I did not know the infrastructure. I did not know all of the things that were important and needed to be consistent in that nonprofit. So that's what that course is going to be filled with. I have an amazing guest that's going to be joining me. You always hear us talk about our virtual assistants, but guess what? One of my virtual assistants, the grant guru himself, Latrell, will be a part of this course. We're going to do a conversation where we're going to chop it up and talk to you all about how we do grants, how we get grant ready. What is grant ready? A lot of people see nonprofits and like, oh, we in the money, grants. We in the money. Hey, no, it does not work that way. That is not how this works. When you've got to be structurally set up for grants, or even to be looked at by an organization that has a grant that is out there that for you to apply to and apply for. And that's what I want you all to get the understanding of. Even if you don't want a nonprofit, right? Share it with a friend, somebody that you know. I'm actually going to be meeting with pastors. A lot of people think churches are 501c3s, nonprofits. Not all churches. Not all churches. Not all churches, because they don't know the infrastructure to set up for a 501c3. So if you know somebody that's going back and forth trying to make that decision on if they want to start a nonprofit, let us know. Like I said, you'll be able to share the course. Those of you that you'll be able to have an affiliate link and, be able to gain a commission from sharing that course, or, someone purchase it on your affiliate link, you do get a nice commission. So again, Know Before You Go nonprofit with me, Shanya Shea Forston, is coming soon to a Forston Consultants portal near you. So I hope you are excited, because I am. Giovanna said, what did you say, Giovanna? She said, awesome that you have that class. I'm in the grant space as well, as it's definitely not as easy to get grants as many think. Thank you, Javon. Thank you. Most people don't even know what it's like, what it is to be grant ready. And that's a conversation that I've had with a lot of newer startup nonprofits locally to me, and been able to kind of give them advice on how to navigate that space. So I actually have a virtual assistant from the Philippines. He is 26 years old, that writes all of my grants. He is an intricate part of my nonprofit. He is phenomenal. He is just outstanding in his knowledge of grants and nonprofits. And he has been man, such a tremendous asset to the Angela Denise Foundation. Like, prime example, he woke me up this morning at 7 a.m. I need this and I need it now. Yes, sir, I'm on it. Okay, so he bosses me around a lot, and I'm okay with that because he really helps to keep the gears turning and the ball rolling for the Angela Denise Foundation. Now, with that said, I have one more thing for y'all. So, Shanya Shea Forston has come to deliver. So you always see us wearing our glasses. Derek always talks about his amazing TikTok shop and his fancy dancy glasses. But tonight, I want to give you all an opportunity. This is not me asking to sow a seed or anything. The Angela Denise Foundation is getting ready to kick off its 2025 summer campaign. This summer campaign is to help us secure all that we need. And if my trusty friend in there can help me by putting up the spa day video or spa day photos, that would be best for me. This is going to help us secure spa day for this summer. The goal is I have 7 women in one location that I really want to pour into for spa day. So we're asking for donations at the AngelaDeniseFoundation.com. Any donation over $100. I know it's a big ask in the climate that we're in, but we're definitely looking to pour into these women. We'll receive smart glasses. I've got 2 sets of smart glasses to give away. To the first 2 people that are able to donate to the Angela Denise Foundation over $100 and up. If you want to donate, you can go to AngelaDeniseFoundation.org. And I'm gonna put that in the chat, and you can go to donate, submit that donation. As soon as I get it, your fancy glasses in the mail. Let me show you what these bad boys look like. So let's say you work at your desk and you like to listen to music, but you can't wear headphones. So what we did is we didn't get you the shades. We got you the actual clear frames that you can put on and listen to your favorite music. Okay, I'm not going to try them on because I don't want to stretch them. So these are your fancy glasses that we'll be giving out. I'm trying not to stretch them, y'all. That will be given out to those that come in and donate to the Angela Denise Foundation for our 2025 Women's Spa Day. You can donate at, power on. Sorry, don't want power on. These things just yelled at me, y'all. They really did. They just said power on. Yeah, they're doing something funky. And I can't stop it. But anyway, yeah, so that's what we're doing at the Angela Denise Foundation. Please, 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 if you can, if you have it, any donation, nothing's too small. The Angela Denise Foundation is very respectful and does not mind a $2 donation. Whatever you can give, we ask that you give so that we can give these women a great opportunity to have fun and fellowship, and again, get an experience that we do on a regular basis at Our Ladies Housing Program. This year, I would like to do massages, depending on what we raise. The goal is to do a massage day with Flow and Harmony. Can you pull those pictures up if it's there? With Flow and Harmony, where this young lady will come, bring her massage chair. Actually, it may not be Flow and Harmony. It may be Anointed Hands, a newer organization that just started up, someone that I am personally coaching. I get to coach, and I will be able to have them do it for us at the ILF. Out on the patio. We'll do it in the cool of the day where she can set up. We'll probably do like a bonfire and have treats and snacks and all of that stuff. So please, 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 if you can, go ahead and go to the Angela, and I'm putting it in the chat, Denise Foundation.org. And yeah, join us. And like I said, y'all will get some gifts. I have other gifts that I'm sending out to those that also donate. I'm not going to tell you what, but there are some other nice things that we do provide those that donate to the Angela Denise Foundation. So again, AngelaDeniseFoundation.org. Go to the donate page and go ahead and whatever you can do to help us put on the 2025 Spa Day would be super. I would be so appreciative. Now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure my privilege, my honor to welcome nobody other than the one, the only ILF guy, founder of Forston Consultants, my hunker burning joy, my hunker burning love. That's what it is. Sorry, I messed that one up. Mr. Derek Lamar Forston. Yes, I said your whole middle.
What's going on,
That's
everybody?
my
What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Is Shay treating y'all right over here? Because if Shay ain't treating y'all right, I'll shut this whole live down right now. If one person tell me Shay ain't treating y'all right, I'll hit the end button right now. How is Shay? Can 3 of y'all tell me how Shay treating y'all? Because if I find out, and I don't need but one person to say, Derek, Shay really ain't been on it tonight. If one person said, Yanni, I'm gonna shut this whole thing down. Yanni, how she doing? Katara, Tia, where all my regulars at? How is she? LaShonda, I heard from downstairs y'all screaming her name, so I don't know what's going on with LaShonda. Shoshana, Charmaine better tell me. If nobody else, Charmaine better say something.
Yanni said, leave Shay alone. Woo!
Wait a minute. Hold it. Charmaine going back a little bit further. Charmaine, how is Shay doing? Miss Belinda, how is Shay doing? And if nobody else, I know Mary gonna tell me, even though Mary on your board, Mary may try to hide it. So I just wanted to greet everybody. Miss Chung says, Shay, you're amazing. So just because Miss Chung said, I'm gonna let you hang out, Shay, because if not, I was gonna end this whole live, y'all. I'm just gonna hit the button. But good to see everybody, y'all. Trust me, I'm not gonna be here for long. I literally just got out of a class myself. How many of y'all worked an 8-hour job today? Like, who went to an 8-hour job today and you still made it here? I want to shout you out and I want to point out something. And Shay, you lucky Charmaine just chimed in, because otherwise I was going to shut this whole live down. Charmaine, you just saved this whole live. I was going to delete the replay and everything. But because Miss Chong said you was doing all right and that you're amazing, I'm going to leave it. So Miss Chong worked a 12-hour shift. So I also just got out of a class, y'all, that was 8 hours today. So like some of y'all, like Yanni, you went to work today, so did I, but I was sitting in front of a screen like this from 11 o'clock to like just now. So I want to just give a big shout out to this beautiful girl on stage, Miss Shay, for holding it down. Oftentimes I don't leave her by herself, but she'll leave me in a minute, y'all. I'll be on this thing by myself. So I don't really like leaving Shay. So thank y'all. That's why I asked, because if LaShonda told me that this wasn't kind of on it tonight, I was going to delete the whole live, LaShonda. LaShonda said, my girl doing amazing. Guys, I'm only joking, man. Shay is the absolute better half of me, and she know what she's doing, especially from that nonprofit standpoint. Yeah. Now, if she in here talking to y'all about baking a cake or baking some brownies or let me think of something else really ain't maybe Shay forte.
Right.
I don't know. Shay good at a lot of stuff, so it's hard to think about it. But Shay has never been a baker. I tell you that right now. Shay don't bake.
No.
Neither do I.
Hey, I'll make you some Pillsbury cookies in a little. Yeah, I'll do that.
Well, listen, Shay, I ain't gonna jump your way. I just came on here to greet the people real quick. I heard something from LaShonda. I'm not sure what it was, but I heard y'all screaming. LaShonda actually texted me today. While I was in that class, and me and her kind of went back and forth. So I look forward to actually doing that call with her, just like me and Charmaine did. So a lot of you guys heard about how our one-on-one coaching works, right? Yeah, I coach you. And yeah, I got a bunch of products. But what do you do when you're so excited and then the thing happens that you've been dreaming of your whole life? You get the opportunity. Talk to me, Charmaine. Talk to me, LaShonda. What happens when the thing happens you've been praying for your whole life? God, I want to help people. God, I want to house people. And then that phone go, brrr, brrr. Most of y'all go, hello? Hello? This me? Y'all, Shay did that. So I know what that means when LaShonda said, hey, Derek, man, I got my first opportunity to house somebody. Can we do that call together? Because I heard you say the other night you did it with Charmaine. And what makes Charmaine different from me, Derek? Nothing. LaShonda, you my sister, just like Charmaine. And I can't wait to be on the phone with you so that you can hear how I do it. What's really cool though, LaShonda was so excited, Shay, she forgot that we give y'all the assessment. She was like, Derek, oh my God, I'm nervous. It
Oh,
happened.
really?
What do
Okay.
I ask the guy? I said, LaShonda, you serious? Remember, we give you the assessment. But
Yeah.
lucky for you, I'm your brother. We gonna do it together by phone. Does that make sense, everybody? And I didn't come here to take over Shay's show,
No,
so
you're
I'm gonna
good.
leave, but I just wanted to hear people to rehear me say that how we did that call together. She's already had her onboarding. She's had her first coaching. She's already in motion. A lot of y'all did y'all onboarding. Y'all ain't even met me yet. She's past that. And also what makes her different than probably 97% of people that I coach, LaShonda's already got the property. You guys
Yeah.
hear me talk about all the time that when you come to me with the property, your coaching is kind of expedited. James, if you're here, I think James is on my schedule soon. James is rehabbing a house right now. Big shout out to James. Is James here tonight? If you're not a hater and if James is still here, can y'all just say congratulations to James Swain, who also bought the DIY, upgraded, and he's actually finishing a rehab that he'll be done with in about 2 weeks, according to my team.
Yeah.
So if you ain't no hater, and I'll be the first person, I'm gonna write congratulations. Actually, I'm gonna write congrats because I don't want to mess up the spelling of congratulations. James, I'm the first one. Boom. Congratulations, Big James. Anybody else, go ahead and do that. If you want to congratulate somebody else that's trying to get started and you want to ensure a way that God also honors you during the process, if I was you, I would congratulate James. I ask Katara why that's so important. Okay. So again, I didn't come to jump in the way. I just came to be nosy. Y'all know it's hard for me to hear Shay on this thing and me not come on it. So I'm going to back out.
No,
I want y'all to just move at the speed of instruction because Shay, I'll admit, Shay, I'm busted. I'm tired. Even though I didn't do a physical,
Yeah, I'm going to shut down soon anyway because there's some things that I need to get done for the course.
Yeah,
Recording all day.
even though I didn't do a physical job today, like I'm mentally exhausted. But the stuff I learned today, oh my God, it's going to change my life all over again. Just like 8 years ago when I first got into this and this changed my life, y'all, this 3-day class I'm in that cost me $10,000, it's going to change me and Shay's life in a different way on another business that we have. And what's really cool about this coaching, it really works for all 8 of my businesses. Just going to focus it on one of these over here that we also have. And knowing me, my one-on-one people, y'all gonna get a bunch of that coaching because y'all know me. I just better myself to make y'all better. So I'm excited to be able to transfer that information as soon as I get it.
And I told them, I was telling everybody earlier because I let them know that you were in the class and how I've been popping in and out, but I've been handling the Forston consultant stuff. And I kind of pop in and out when there's a highlight moment. He may say, Shay, come, check this out real quick. But ultimately, I want you guys to realize that it's very important to continue to educate yourselves, right? We're never without learning. We should always be advancing, especially as entrepreneurs. There's always going to be another thing, another not product, but another service that you can really dive into and be able to provide or even expand or enlarge your territory. Like for me, I never was really interested in grant writing, but then I started learning how to grant write because I knew it was a part of what I would need to at least understand, even if I did not do it. So don't be afraid to put your money where your thoughts are, right? I'm not being funny. Like sometimes you have to invest in yourself. We don't know everything as people. And it's good to glean from people that know, but trust and verify, vet those that you're going to spend with, right? Financial exchange, currency is an exchange, right? And can be seen as somewhat of a covenant. So be mindful of who you're sowing seed into, and that sows into you, right? And just make sure you're getting the right information, but definitely, really build yourself up with knowledge so that you can get all that you need to pursue purpose and do it well. So I just wanted to share that. So what was it? Sorry, I haven't been able to make it on the regular, but I watched the recordings. No worries, Lisa. It's fine. Lisa.
Yeah, just stay connected. That's all. As long as you're watching those recordings, but stay connected as much as you can. Yeah.
Yeah, so for me,
those are typically the most successful people, the people that take the coaching and the people that stay connected.
Yeah.
Like if you get disconnected, it's hard to stay in the flow of things because remember, we're all like-minded people doing the same business. So just stay connected, Lisa, no problem.
Yeah, so for me, Derek, I mean, I think I answered. This will be the last round for questions. Again, if you are interested in any of our services, if you are new here and want to learn more about the ILF model, the HRA, it's no longer separate, right? The ILF one-on-one coaching is the ILF one-on-one coaching, where you get
Yeah.
Derek and myself one-on-one to hold your hand from the setup, start, people in the house, starting another business, doing something else. Like, we're here with you throughout your entrepreneurial journey. The
Yes, we are.
DIY is exactly that. Is the ILF Mastery Blueprint course. Okay, so you get the HRA business in a box. You get the all of the information you need. All of the paperwork is in the ILF DIY and IMB DIY. The the assignments, the lease assignments, and all of those agreements, everything that we've paid we've paid thousands of dollars to attorneys. Okay, just know that. If it wasn't the lawsuit, it was the
Count
file.
the lawsuits of hundreds of thousands.
Right? Yeah, you
Not
got
count just the part of creating paperwork and
you
processes and all that. If you throw in those
nobody,
lawsuits, we're in the
nobody,
hundreds.
sir.
Yeah.
So just know that we've gone through all of that stuff, so it makes it easier for you. And the DIY comes with all of that: your website, access to a virtual assistant, all of the things you need to get functioning, starting your business phone number, all access. You can upgrade to the ILF Mastery Blueprint, the Family Talk chat for $47 a month. That's where Derek and I are technically in your pocket because we're in your cell phone. Like, we are in your pocket with the upgrade. You can go in that group, send a text message. One of us are going to respond, and it's, guess what? You get even more than just Derek and I as your coach. You get to hear stories from LaShonda. You get to hear from Charmaine. You get to hear from all of the ILF Mastery Blueprint family members, and you get to hear their learned experiences as well. And then we meet once every third Wednesday, and we pour. We answer your questions. We have discussions about all things
Yeah.
ILF, wherever you're at, no
And,
place, no
and also, if there's
question.
ever an opportunity for that phone call to be recorded, just like I told Charmaine, those are training purposes for not only you, but also for your virtual assistant. And if we ever do that call through DFS, I would love to pull that call to show the one-on-one people in that group.
Okay.
Like that call me and Charmaine had, that would have been genius to have that
Yeah.
recorded.
You know, you could have recorded it from your cell phone.
I didn't know that, no. Charmaine, did you know that?
The little recorder thing comes
And
up.
Charmaine, would you agree that that phone call that you and I did, that the whole group could have benefited from hearing that? Let me know in the chat if you're still here, sis. Because that's what I'm literally saying right now. When me and LaShonda do that phone call, we need to somehow figure out how to record that. Because again, the one-on-one people, I would love for them to hear it. We role play all the time. There is nothing better than talking to the actual client and they be able to hear it. Like, put a number 7 in the chat, especially if you're a one-on-one student, that if you would like that inside of that group. And if you're real smart, Shay just told you, even if you DIY, but you upgrade for that $47 a month, you gonna hear that call. Like, put a number 7 in the chat if you think that'd be a pretty cool thing to do. Yeah, Charmaine didn't know that, and I didn't either. Like, Charmaine's like me; she's not taking me. I was trying to figure out. Like, I said, sis, like, how can we record this?
So literally,
like, this would be good for everybody to have. You, me, your VA.
We'll test it. We'll test the call tomorrow with Jess and see if we can do it from the phone itself. But what I'll do is I'll make it the business of the team to make sure that all of the DFS lines have recording turned on when we activate the system, because that's not primarily turned on. You have to go in and set that. So what we can do is make sure that that's done that way. But yeah. Oh, so Derek. So
love that. Read that out loud.
I visited the house today. He was so excited. You said he sounds like a cool guy. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So see,
I told Charmaine within 30 seconds of talking to that guy, I knew he was somebody I would take. So let me do some coaching real quick, right? Because I came on to coach a little bit. When Charmaine and I had that call, watch this. Charmaine's been under my coaching for a little while now. But this is that point where all of y'all get to is like, oh my God, this worked. Somebody's calling my house for my placement and he want to move in my place. What do I say? This is the point where all y'all forget the coaching. You get nervous, but lucky for y'all got a big brother that you can call and just say, hey, Derek, bro, I know I got the coaching. I know it's probably in my material, but Derek, I'm your sister. I want to call you, bro. What do I say to this guy? In 30 seconds, Charmaine, of probably a 30-minute, no, Charmaine, how long would you say that call was? I'm going to ask her. To me, it felt like about 20 minutes. I'm going to let her put in the chat. But watch this. Within 30 seconds, y'all, I knew I would take this guy. Charmaine probably didn't know that. And I don't expect her to. That's why I want her to hear it of what Derek would take in terms of what it sounds like by phone. So that's ever ingrained in Charmaine's mind now. Wow, Derek said that this guy was perfect and he would take him. So guess what happens now? When Charmaine gets a call, she gonna judge everybody by this guy. So Charmaine, if you saying 10 to 15, I'm gonna go with 15 because I think it was the latter end. That call seemed kind of long. And the fact that Charmaine and I double teamed it, because I did the majority of the call because I wanted Charmaine to hear. And watch this, guys. I'll admit, in 30 seconds, I knew I would take him. I would have made that call 3 minutes. I made it 15 minutes because I wanted Charmaine to hear and learn. Not to brag on myself, but that's called a great coach. Because I would have took that guy in 2 minutes and said, all right, bro, you can move in tomorrow. See you later. Bye. That would have been baloney to Charmaine, who's on the other end, who's trying to learn this. Oh, Lord, I wish I had 2 more hours now. But I know Shay ready to go. I just got excited all over again, Miss Sandra. Miss Sandra, can you imagine when you and I get into this and you say, oh, my God, I'm like Charmaine now. This worked. Somebody's calling my phone for placement. And I don't care if you got a house or not. Charmaine just blessed to have a house. What if you're going to HRA the guy? You don't need a house. You do the same assessment me and Charmaine did. Now you say, sir or ma'am, we'll call you back in 30 minutes and let us figure this out. Now you go into your Rolodex or that group that we put you in, the Telegram group. Hey, everybody, I got a 67-year-old male. His income is $900 a month, and me and Derek talked to him. Oh, God. Listen to how you sell the referral. Derek okayed this guy. You know the guy that teaching on YouTube, that bald head dude that kind of wear black shirts. Sometimes he'll wear a tie. His wife is real pretty. She sing. That guy did the assessment for us because he's masterful at this. Derek said he would take him. Sandra, that's what this looks like. Yeah. And what's so cool for me as a coach, I saw this twice within 7 days.
Yeah.
And I giggle in the inside because Charmaine's been under me a little while. LaShonda, not so. But they both got that phone call that I jokingly tell all y'all that y'all gonna get. Yeah. All y'all been praying for the phone call Charmaine and LaShonda got these last few days, and all y'all freeze up and say, now to me it's funny and it's cute. I love it. That just means you're nervous, but you respect the grind. It's nothing wrong with getting nervous. I call that respecting your craft. Shay, you a singer. Do you get nervous before you go perform or worship?
Time.
I speak all over the place and I get nervous and bubble gut every time before I go on.
Not the bubble gut.
Bubble guts and all, y'all. That's equivalent to what happened to LaShonda and Charmaine. Not to say that they got bubble guts. I'm putting that on me. But both of them said in different ways, oh my God, Derek, what do I do now?
Yeah.
I started texting LaShonda. I said, LaShonda, how old is he? Where did the call come from? What is his medications? LaShonda said, wow, Derek, those are some good questions. I didn't think of that. I said, well, that's why you got me. I said, LaShonda, remember, all that is on that assessment. But watch this, y'all. She's so new at this and moving so fast at the speed of instruction.
She didn't get there yet?
Running the coaching, and that's a good thing, y'all. That's not a bad thing. Congratulations to LaShonda for moving so fast. The placement is outriding and outpacing the coach that she's getting. Lord have mercy.
Yeah.
And she's only had one coaching with me so far.
Yep.
Does that make sense, everybody?
Mm-hmm.
It's okay that you got nervous because most of y'all, if you would have bought this package from somebody else, not LaShonda, not Charmaine, and nobody here, but a lot of people will quit. Because what do you do? Oh my God, this thing does work, but now that the guy called me, what do I say? Now, under our coaching, you don't. You're going to come
Right.
right back to me and say, big brother, I know you teach this a mile a minute, and you probably told me, but Derek, I'm nervous now. Derek, I'm excited. Derek, what am I supposed to say to this guy?
Yeah.
LaShonda, I got you. In fact, we're going to do it together. She was so smart, and again, moved at the speed of instruction. I said, LaShonda, don't forget, it's called the assessment in your portal. You've already bought this stuff. Remember, guys, I don't sell packages. I don't sell paperwork. I don't sell assessments. I sell transformation that LaShonda is getting ready to go through. The assessment was free to her from me. Shay, you should have never let me come on here late, because now I feel like I don't have enough time to get all of this out now. Can 5 of y'all put, Derek, man, glad you came, bro. Where was you? Shay told me to chill, relax, and go take that course and let her do her. But y'all know me. I got a big mouth and I love this. But I know my wife is confident if I never come on here, even though she leave me all the time, y'all. Like y'all see me all the time, way more than Shay.
Hey, y'all, I got a secret. I'm leaving them on Saturday too.
So Saturday, she's got a whole beach trip planned. Shay, am I allowed to say where you're going? Because I'm about to tell all you this anyway. Shay got a nice little beach trip coming up with her and some girlfriends. So Saturday, guess what? She leaving me again. I'm gonna be right on here running my big mouth and probably gonna go longer because Shay won't be here. So put in the chat Saturday if you're gonna meet me Saturday, because you already hearing that there's nobody to stop me and say, Derek, man, we gotta go. He may not come, and Charmaine may not be here. So if them two don't come, Yanni, I'll talk all night. If y'all leave me with Miss Sandra, if y'all leave me with Jillian and LaShonda, I'm gonna talk all day Saturday. Charmaine? But if Charmaine and Tia, you know, the ones that try to, you know. Man, if y'all ain't in here, if Mary don't come, don't have a voice. And is Mary here? I'm gonna get on Mary.
Yeah, she was here.
Mary White, is you here? Because I'm gonna ask permission, but before I get on Mary. Mary, are you here? I don't even want to say it unless she's here, so I'm gonna wait. Other than that, Jillian, I'm telling you, Jillian.
Oh, wait, what? I don't know.
Miss Chong, if it's just me and you and LaShonda and Yanni, I'm gonna go all day Saturday. But if Charmaine show up and Tia show up, y'all know I gotta kind of keep, you know, keep the rules kind of right there. Oh man, let's get back to some coaching. I want to answer 3 questions, and I'm gonna get out y'all way, man. I wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. I just love this so much, and I want to make sure that Shay was treating y'all right. Feel me? So 3 questions, and I'm out of here, and I'm gonna let Shay have it. I think James has got one up now. What was it that triggered that feeling about the guy? The guy for Charmaine?
Yes, the assessment.
Experience. Watch this, James. I'm gonna teach it to you. Because James, you're family now. You just ain't had your first coaching yet. But once you get your first coaching, James, we should be rolling. But James, watch this. If I put you on the phone right now with 10 knuckleheads and they all talk like a dadgum fool, if I put you on the phone with Mark Jones, and he start talking with some sense, yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. No problem. No, I don't do drugs. Me on drugs? No, I don't do no drugs, bro. He start talking that different from them other 10. You can say, ooh. So, James, I'll admit, bro, I've been doing this so long, and I've been talking to so many knuckleheads my whole last 8 years that when a good guy come on the phone, I can tell it in about 30 to 45 seconds. Y'all won't get that immediately from the beginning. Because some people, and Shay got horror stories of how people can interview very well. But when you move them in, they're the exact opposite of what the person you interview. Shay, hop in there.
Yeah. So what I wanted to say too is what Derek taught me in my assessments, and this is something that I take with me, is always listen to the answer so you can have a rebuttal or another question. A lot of times, and LaShonda said this, so Derek, just because you weren't here, LaShonda interviewed the resident. It went well.
I think I saw that in the chat.
Yeah, and they're going to be moving in. She did say she accepted them.
Absolutely. Good stuff. Great job. Did we congratulate that? Is there any haters in the room, or did we congratulate that?
Oh, we went ham.
Got to. Love it. Great job, y'all. Love that. Love it.
But what I want to say is,
because we're all here.
the things that you taught me in the assessment, Derek, was to be to literally incline your ear to so you can hear what's being said, and then be quick on your feet to respond. Right, a lot of times, and Lashonda said it earlier. The gentleman was the person yeah, I believe it was a gentleman that she spoke with was so comfortable that this population will blah, 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 blah. They're just going to divulge all the
Yeah.
information you need. They're going to give you what you need to make a sound decision. I promise. But it's going to take you. And Derek showed me that a few times. I was petrified of the assessment because I did not want to make a mistake. I was afraid of who am I bringing in this house and what is it going to, what will be the outcome? Not knowing the space, not understanding mental health. I needed to get that knowledge from him, and that was ongoing. So Derek did a lot of assessments with me back to back until I was confident in making those decisions. And I'm gonna be honest, even with my confident self,
Today she still
I
asks you.
made some horrendous decisions. Okay, horrendous. I wanted to be Captain Save the World. And my husband was like, not a good fit. And I was like, no, we can look past this. And he was like, all right, you're going to regret it, sister. And I regretted it. But ultimately, it was a learning lesson.
I say,
Trust
Shay,
my
I
coach.
told you.
Trust,
But
hey, trust my
Shay,
coach.
I'm glad you did it because you still got to learn for yourself.
You do.
Right.
You do.
So
Yeah.
eventually one day I'm gonna say, all right, Charmaine, we done did 9 of these, sis. You got to do number 10. Now
Yeah.
I'm joking by saying 9 because probably after the 4th one, you should be jumping on that phone. So look,
Yeah.
wink, wink, wink. LaShonda, I should be on your 9th phone call doing it. Now, if I need to, I'm your brother, no problem. Because when I first started this many years ago, I said, hey, y'all, your first 10 calls, I'll help you. Now it's kind of like your first 3 or 4 or 5, maybe. Because I also want you to get it. It's baloney if I keep doing it. But what I also realized, though, and I've learned this as a coach, by the 3rd time I do one, and usually by the 2nd time, but I'll go 3 to stretch it, you guys get more comfortable. Charmaine, call me a liar in the chat if when that phone call was done, you and I didn't agree that you also felt more comfortable after we did it together. Charmaine, is that true or not? Charmaine said, yeah, Derek, like, once you got into it, like, I felt comfortable to jump in. And the way I explained it, it's like jumping rope. How many of y'all growed up double dutching, jumping rope? I'm from the country, so I surely did. All of us did this move right here before we jumped in it.
You jumped rope?
Shay, I was raised by so many girls around me because my sister had all her friends. They picked on me, Shay. They made me turn the rope most of the time, Shay. They didn't let me really jump in a lot. But when you were good at it, how many of y'all remember there was a way that you could turn the rope and you still could jump in it yourself?
Oh,
Come on, y'all.
You
Y'all don't know nothing about jump rope. I can tell right now I'm in the wrong room. Yanni, I can tell right now y'all didn't jump rope. I can tell right now. None of y'all jump rope. Charmaine, you didn't jump rope. LaShonda didn't jump rope. No, Miss Belinda didn't jump rope. Lisa didn't jump rope. Shoshana, you didn't jump rope. I can tell because none of y'all saying, because if y'all did, y'all would be doing this. But that's what that phone call was like. For the first 9 minutes, this was Charmaine. When it hit number 10, Charmaine went, boop, pa, 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 pa. Yeah. Because I led it off. It's just like when we all went to the club back in our clubbing days. We don't club no more now. Do we all? I don't know, but I don't club no more. But remember sometime when we was real young, not your grown clubbing days. I'm talking about teenage and the sock hop. See, y'all don't know nothing about the sock hop. Don't make me go way back. Your middle school days. Watch this, Shay. Shay, remember the middle school days, Shay, where everybody was kind of embarrassed, but it took one person to go out there and cut a food, and then everybody hit that dance floor. That's what that phone call and my coaching is like when we do these calls. Y'all should be doing this the first 8 minutes of that phone call. And then, Crystal, you should be going, boop. Because otherwise, you got to be like Katara many years ago. And it's all Katara did, y'all, was turn that rope. And she watched other people have fun. And then every now and then, if you was real good at it, come on, Crystal, all of my people that really jump rope, Remember sometime when they was just kind of talking and trading out the girls, and if you were real good, you could still turn it and then turn around and jump in it yourself. See, y'all don't know nothing about that. I was raised with a bunch of girls, man. Thank God I didn't turn my feminine, right? But I was raised because Derek, you gonna turn the rope. So here I go, y'all. Y'all, I want to get in. And that's what sitting on the outside of this looks like. But when you got us as a coach, it's okay because I want you to get your rhythm. Charmaine was supposed to be doing this. Yeah. And now at the end, because I set her up, Crystal, I said, Miss Charmaine may have a few questions for you as well, Mr. Chris. Now, the first time, y'all, I'm going to pick on Charmaine for 2 seconds. The first time I said that, y'all, Charmaine didn't say a word. I said, so I better keep talking. Charmaine from Line called me out now. The second time, I said, now, Mr. Chris, this call is going great. You sound, in fact, so good. Am I missing anything? Because Miss Charmaine's going to have some questions here in a minute. And guess what Charmaine did? Dummy me. She asked her 3 questions that I forgot about that we must know. What does that tell me about Charmaine? Because see, I'm being funny and laughing, but now I'm serious. What did that tell me about Charmaine, Shay? She still knew the coaching and it was in her. Because me, Mr. Coach, Ambi, 487, dummy me, forgot 3 real important questions. So guess what happened when I said, now, Miss Charmaine, because I'm done, sir. Any questions for me? He asked me stuff. He think I'm running Charmaine's place. He don't know the difference. I said, now, Miss Charmaine may have a couple questions for you, sir. Charmaine come and say, yes, Chris. Matter of fact, when did you, what do you do if you, and she asked those 3 things, Crystal, that I forgot about. So that's what I'll call Charmaine turned that rope around Crystal and she started jumping it herself. She said, because Derek ain't gonna ask it. I better do it because when we hang up, Derek gonna rate this call. I told her we was gonna rate it.
Yeah.
I jokingly said when we hung up, I said, Charmaine, how did I do? Because I said, Charmaine, you did great. You asked the stuff I forgot about. Shame on me. So I say all of that just to say again, you don't do this alone. Most people, when they get to that point, they'll quit because they feel like there's no support. What am I to do now? But I'll admit, it's still in my instruction. But the instructions, who cares about that when you got the guy that's telling you he your brother? Crystal, I better never find out that you and your team are doing this alone and like you're guessing or you're scratching your head or you're thinking about, well, what should I be doing now? That's why you got me every step of the way. And that's why we call it the blueprint. How will you build a house without a blueprint, Shay? Shay, you from Bermuda. Yes. Y'all build houses a little bit different, but is there still a blueprint, Shay?
Oh, 100%.
Because how would you build it? You're going to have 1,000 questions that got to come back to me anyway. So why don't I just give you the blueprint instead of saying, do this, do that, do this? I'm like the contractor that comes with you to the job site. Now, I'm really done. I came and jumped in on Shay's sermon. I wasn't even supposed to be here. But I hope somebody heard something that maybe you were supposed to hear. But I wanted the people to hear it that are considering the one-on-one coaching. Yeah. 2 people in less than 5 days from each other said, oh my God, this works. They're calling my phone, Derek. But Derek, what do I do? Because I'm nervous. Derek, I'm excited. And Derek, quite frankly, the excitement is overriding the nervousness. So Derek, I know you gave it to me in paperwork, but Derek, I want to talk to you about it. No problem. Now I'll admit, over the next 2 days, I am in a very expensive class. I don't plan on missing it. So these are kind of like the only 2 days other than my vacation I'm going on, I think, next week, where I'm not available. Most vacations Shay and I take, 95% of them, we still take calls.
We do, yeah.
We always have. This is going to be the first one in probably since 6 years since I've been in business.
Even when we go,
it's 5 days next week, right, Shay? I'm not taking out one phone call. And over the next 2 days, I'm not taking a call unless it's real early in the morning and you're already established with me. But like a lot of these newer people that are just getting established, and we haven't even had our first meeting yet, like that ain't really even happening yet.
Yeah.
But that's why I also give you the material still. So please jump into the material so that by the time we do meet, you kind of know where we're going. So yeah, that's the
I
first time
also,
I did that in about 6 years, probably.
somebody they loving Yanni said that phone sound again. Yanni
That
said she like
chiming thing.
she like your phone. No, you
That one.
that you
Oh, to my dad. Oh, hey, we gonna have fun Saturday, y'all, because Shay is not here, and I just may. So if I get me a cup of hot tea, it may be over Saturday, y'all. So we gonna have a good time Saturday. Shay, back on you, because I'm starting to sweat now. It's time for me to get out of here.
What I do want to give everybody the opportunities to join me, partner with the Angela Denise Foundation. I got gifts, y'all. Don't make me have to sell these things on the platform.
Those are some really nice glasses too. Just hope y'all kind of know what they are. Shay, those are the smart glasses, right?
Correct.
Right. So guys, put like prime example. Shay and I both have our own pair of those. Mm-hmm. When we do go on vacation, guys, I still watch a lot of YouTube and inspirational stuff and learning stuff. I'm gonna have my glasses on the beach, listening to stuff, still learning. Like
Same
that
here.
really never stops. I'm just not taking business calls per se, but learning, guys, I'm always learning. Like that never stops. And these glasses will help do that. Okay.
Yeah, so just know
who would be our emergency contact then while you're gone? She said joking.
No, seriously, but no. In all honesty, for all of our ILF Mastery Blueprint family, the group, the HRA group.
Yeah.
I mean, the ILF Mastery Blueprint group, we've got people that are in here that are admins. And you know, that's Angela Brooks, there's Rita Klum, there are certain people, there's
Katara's in there, like it's a lot of people, Tiffany Walker's in there, like a lot of our seasoned old heads, as we call them, they're in that group. So yeah, Dornico, like I probably got, now I'm proud to say, and most coaches can't say this and most won't even say it because they just don't want nobody to be better than them. I believe in that thing that where the student is supposed to always outdo the teacher. Yeah, I want y'all to be better than me. I'm proud to say I probably got at least 10, and God forgive me if I'm missing the number. But even the names that Shay just named, I got 10 people that I can say. Now, trust me, I got hundreds that know what they're doing. I got 10 people know this as good as I do that are in that group. And I'm confident to say that. In fact, some of them are going to start also teaching some of the nights. So they don't even know it yet, right? So you all that did that HRA group, that mastermind for 4 hours last week, how Angela Brooks spoke in that group, that's going to be happening more, right? The Charmaine stories that y'all want to hear from Charmaine and not me, like those are going to be snippets of things. And Charmaine shaking her boots right now, Shay, I can tell you.
Right, because
Charmaine going to speak to these people.
She told me no.
For like 5 minutes. It ain't got to be 2 hours like me. But this is absolute inspiration. Katara's going to do it. They just don't know it yet, y'all. Charmaine, just smile in the chat, but say, she put a thumbs up. So that's part of that whole lift thing that I talked about last night too, y'all. So don't forget about that. If you refuse the lift, it's going to be hard to be good in this business or any business. And remember, lift simply means social media, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. That's the core of where you guys need to be. And that's a new acronym for anybody that's new to us. That came to me about 2:30 in the morning the other day. I said, ooh, lift, right? Lift. What is lift? Because if you're not willing to lift, it's hard to do well in business. That'd be on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Derek, I want to give a shout out to someone that moved at the speed of instruction. I just got a notification from our Telegram bot that someone just upgraded.
Somebody upgraded to that group. Good. Perfect. Good stuff. Congratulations to that person. Very smart move, actually, for what, $1 and some change a month. To be in a group like that, that's powerful. So great move investing in yourself.
But again, family, I just want this is my ask.
Can I shout out someone real quick? I'm not sure if they're here, but I want to shout out the Gibbs family. They became family today. So Mr. Leroy and his family,